Hi, I'm Mikey from Tactics Live Tournament, here with the Compendium for the Job Focus series. We will be giving a brief breakdown for each job found in War of the Lions, touching on their notable abilities, their class and growth stats, and any unique equipment to consider. As with each episode in the original series, we won't be providing build suggestions, instead focusing on the primary class and what it has to offer. If you are curious about builds at a high level, I would suggest checking out the Class Builder series, which seeks to define roles for your units, and top picks for abilities and equipment can be found there. Before we get started, it would be a huge and much appreciated gesture to throw out a like for this video. If you're a fan of War of the Lions content, be sure to subscribe, as that would really help the channel grow. Feel free to share this video with a friend or two if you're curious about getting into Tactics multiplayer. And there are plenty of guides available on this channel to help you get started. Lastly, be sure to check out Tactics League, linked in the description, for your one-stop shop to getting connected with other players worldwide, so you can get some of that exclusive multiplayer mode gear for your roster, or put your favorite builds to the ultimate test in PvP play. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get into this job-focused compendium. The start of every melee unit's journey, the Squire has nothing on offer that is worth extending your time as this job for, besides JP Boost. At 250 job points, this is the only ability that is a must-have before continuing on to more advanced jobs. Squires have underwhelming class and growth stats, except for maybe HP, reinforcing the need to get to job level 2 and move on. If you must have a Squire in your roster, consider arming them with any PA boosting gear you can find, and throw an axe or flail in their hand. Every caster begins their journey with the Chemist, and unlike their melee counterpart the Squire, the Chemist ages like fine wine. Instant heals and raises become increasingly more valuable the further you progress and the stronger your foes become. Abilities like Auto Potion will keep you topped off after every bit of damage taken. Just be sure to stock up on potions between battles. Phoenix Down, Remedy, Holy Water, and X Potion are the highest priority skills after that. And if you're looking to get some rare items, be sure to grab Treasure Hunter. Chemists have terrible growth stats, unfortunately, though only a level 2 Chemist is required to unlock advanced jobs. While you are a Chemist, you should grab yourself a gun and some items to boost your speed. Females should definitely grab a ribbon for protection. Knights are unlocked with the level 2 Squire and are your first foray into tank units who rely on high HP pools and evasion rates via shields. If you are into heavy disruption, consider investing into Rend Weapon and Rend Shield. Passive abilities like Equip Heavy Armor and Equip Shields are valuable for protecting casters and monks. Night Swords offer beneficial buffs to the wielder and are the preferred weapon for this job. Boost your bravery to increase their melee damage. Raising your PA and having high weapon power increases your success rates for Arts of War. Knights offer fantastic HP and PA growth, so spend the time early on to learn abilities that will deliver value throughout your adventure. Archers unlock with level 2 Squires and provide an avenue to ranged physical damage. Bows give you a dynamic max range based on the height difference between the archer and the target for every 2 height, that increases or decreases the max range by 1. Crossbows allow you to equip a shield, but have a static range of 3 to 4. Skills like concentration are very useful even after you leave this job, but keep it in mind, it will not go through Shira Hadori or Archer's Bane. Equipped crossbows can have some use in other jobs and is worthy of consideration. Archers do not have great class or growth stats and do not warrant extended early leveling with, and it's advised to come back when you need advanced level jobs unlocked. Black Mages are the ranged masters of the 3 main elements, Fire, Ice, and Thunder, and are unlocked at Chemist level 2. You should try to acquire abilities as they become available, and try to get a variety of all three elements to be more flexible across situations. Arcane Strength adds a 33% bonus to spell power and benefits other jobs later. Flare is a great finisher for 1000 job points and is a neutral element attack, so is recommended for boss fights or nuking single targets. Black Mages boast the highest MA class stat, which is something to keep in mind as you consider secondary skills that lean on MA, like Eido or Speechcraft. Our primary, faith-based healer, the White Mage, unlocks at Chemist level 2. Leaning on faith is a must for success with this job, for both the White Mage and the recipient of their spells. Their restorative and revival magics damage the undead. You will want to pick up Cure, Cura, Raise, Protect, Shell, and Asuna as quickly as possible. Re-Raise is great for later levels to ensure heavier characters will endure long-term fights. Holy is the White Mage's nuclear option, a high-powered single-target attack great for finishing off bosses. White Mages also have a great speed class stat, so further boosting speed via clothes is a decent alternative to boosting MA with robes. Monks are tanky melee fighters that open up with a level 3 knight. Monks can only equip clothes on their bodies and can carry an accessory, limiting any boosts gained from equipment. Female monks can still equip hair adornments and handbags, however. Bravery factors into barehanded melee damage in addition to your PA. PA will boost the effectiveness of your martial arts abilities. Chakra is a fantastic healing spell, and Revive is very useful too. Remember that both of these abilities require the targets to be the exact same height as the monk. Aura Blast and Shockwave are excellent ranged attack abilities and worth the investment. Monks have great growth stats, so feel free to spend the time you need in this job to pick up the skills you want. The Thief is unlocked with a level 3 Archer, and like its namesake, steals weapons and armor from enemies. You will want to look for boosts to speed from your equipment wherever possible. Steal abilities besides Steel Heart factor in your speed stat to determine their success rates. Using Attack Boost or Brawler as a passive skill increases steal success rates, while Concentration in your passive slot removes evasion from your steals. Attempting a steal from behind your target is always advised. Move +2 is the single most important skill to pick up from a thief, followed by Steel Heart. Thieves have a slightly higher than normal speed growth, so spending some time to increase your raw speed stat is a smart investment. Time Mages become available when reaching level 3 on a Black Mage, and are faith-based casters who wield powerful buffs and debuffs, namely Haste and Slow. MA is also an important stat for this job, and they boast a very high MA class stat to help where equipment cannot. Besides Haste and Slow, be sure to pick up Immobilize and Gravity from the primary abilities, and absolutely grab the reaction skill Mana Shield. This is especially useful for melee fighters and worth the excursion from the Squire job tree. Also consider Teleport movement skill, though keep in mind that it is linked to your movement stat. You will suffer a 10% reduction in success for every tile you move beyond your movement stat, so wearing boots as an accessory for longer teleports is advised. Once reaching level 3 with a White Mage, you may become a Mystic. These faith-based casters are strictly debuff focused, with MA boosting their success rates, and also factor to stronger pull attacks. Belief is of particular usefulness to bestow faith on yourself or other casters for increased success rates and damage. Hesitation is a great first debuff skill to apply Disable status, which will negate the target's reaction skill as a result. Harmony is valuable in removing buffs like Haste and Re-Raise from your enemies. Mana Font is a must-have in combination with Mana Shield, and worth the investment for any caster regardless. Mystics do get a nice boost to MA and class stats, but aren't amazing to level with. Jokingly referred to as the most average job, the Geomancer is unlocked with a level 4 monk. Geomancy skills correlate with a tile the Geomancer is standing on, and are learned individually. Focus early investments into Tanglevine, Torrent, Contortion, and Tremor. Geomancy factors in both your PA and your MA, but scales better with higher MA overall. Having access to both clothes and robes allows you to build your Geomancer with the attributes you need to succeed. While not having severe penalties to any of their class stats like some jobs, Geomancers have no huge bonuses either, and the same can be said for their growth stats. Raising a thief to level 4 unlocks the Dragoon, a heavily armed and armored offensive tank who takes to the skies and lands with their spears thrust through their enemies. Their reaction skill Dragonheart is easily triggered and gives your Dragoon re-raise. Dividing your speed by 50 determines how many clock ticks your Dragoon will spend in the air for a jump attack. The sweet spots are speed 13 and speed 17, so use gear or level as a thief or ninja to increase your speed stat. You don't need each jump skill, just go straight for the 8s. Polearms give your jump attacks a 50% bonus to your PA, the damage formula for jump being your PA times your weapon power. Summoners are unlocked when reaching Time Mage level 3. Their unique, faith-based summons hit only enemies, their healing variations only hit allies, and all have wide areas of effect. Casting offensive summons on frontline allies and sending them straight into the enemy is an easy fire and forget strategy. Golem blocks physical damage an amount equal to your max HP and is a high priority skill to learn. Zodiarch, the hidden spell required to master this job, is attainable from the final level in Midlight Deeps when hit by the spell and surviving. Summons require a long time to cast and large amounts of MP. Fortunately, summoners have the best MP stat growth in the game, so you will gain larger pools while you grind for those expensive summons. Reaching level 3 with a Mystic will unlock the Orator. Completely reliant on MA, Speechcraft is a disruptive skill set that is integral to altering your bravery and faith stats. Low bravery will be required for treasure hunting, and high faith raises your damage and success rates for many casters. Too low bravery and too high faith does run the risk of units abandoning you, however. Mimic Darlavon is an area of effect sleep attack and is highly recommended to learn quickly. Entice is the only way to bring monsters into your ranks, and can ultimately be an easy avenue to poaching items you need. Orders can equip guns, which can provide damage support when enemies are far away. Samurai unlock with a level 4 Knight, a level 5 Monk, and a level 2 Dragoon. Iaido skills scale with your MA, and, like summons, don't damage allies or heal enemies. You will need to hold the corresponding katana in your inventory to the skill learned, with a chance to break the item after casting the spell, equal to the weapon power of the katana used. Kiyomori and Murasame are great defensive skills to learn first. Muramasa, Kiko Ichimonji, and Ama no Murakumo are excellent skills to learn and readily available blades to purchase. While their PA class stat is generous, Samurai suffer in every other class growth stat. That said, magic users should consider learning Iaido as it will leverage their inherent high MA class stats and MA based equipment for stronger Iaido attacks and heals. Ninja are perhaps the ultimate melee fighter, unlocked with a level 5 Thief, a level 4 Archer, and a level 2 Geomancer. Dual-wielding ninja blades, flails, and knives innately, ninjas also come with Throw as their main skill set. Throw distance is the same as your move stat. Their damage is the thrown weapon's power multiplied by your speed. Dual-wield support ability is a must-have investment for dedicated close combat specialists. Consider Reflex's reaction skill for increased evasion, as it does not factor in bravery to trigger, and Vanish can be especially useful against the AI. Ninjas have the best speed growth in the game and are worth taking the time to level as to boost this important stat. Arithmeticians are the pinnacle of casters, unlocked upon reaching level 5 Black and White Mages, and level 4 Mystic and Time Mage. Arithmeticians use a factor and a value to determine their targets. For instance, all units on a tile at a height of 4. When first starting, it is mandatory to have one of each to be able to cast any of the spells you've learned from the 4 requisite jobs. Spells cast via Arithmetics are instant and cost no MP, hitting all units determined by the factor and value. Arithmeticians suffer a 50% penalty to their speed, prompting the player to increase JP accrual any way possible and move on from the job as quickly as possible. Their reaction ability, Soulbind, splits damage with the attacker and is a considerable ability for high HP tanks in your roster. Bards are only available to male units who have reached level 5 Orator and Summoner. Their Bard Song ability set is a performing skill set, which puts them in a constant casting state. Bard songs only affect allies and can reach them anywhere on the map. Life's Anthem and Seraph Song scale directly with your MA. Other abilities have a static 50% chance to succeed. Instrument weapons have a strict 3-tile range and use the average of your PA and MA multiplied by your weapon power. Move plus 3 is an ability that may be worth grinding for to use with melee units instead. Otherwise, the Bard's stats are best left for D-leveling as they are some of the worst in the game. This female exclusive class is unlocked with the level 5 Dragoon and Geomancer. Dancers are like bards in that their dance abilities are performances, putting the caster in a constant casting state, and will hit every enemy on the map. Mincing Minuet and Witch Hunt are the only damaging abilities in the dancer's arsenal, their strength determined by your PA and bravery. All other abilities have either a 50% chance of success or 34% chance for last waltz. Dancers also have access to Cloths, a 2-tile lunging weapon that uses the average of your PA and MA multiplied by weapon power for damage. Bags are, however, a better equipment option for this job, as you can benefit from stat boosts while you keep your dancer out of harm's way. Unlocked at level 8 Squire and Chemist, and level 5 Summoner, Orator, Geomancer, and Dragoon, the Mime cannot equip any abilities or equipment. Instead, they mimic the actions of your teammates, using the same weapon properties or spell cast, including direction to the target of the original caster, but with the Mime's stats. Mimes have some of the best stat growth in the game, and are highly desirable for raising units' raw stats. They also come with innate Brawler, Concentration, and Beastmaster. When mimicking skills that consume items from your inventory, like items or throw abilities, the Mime will not consume an additional item when mimicking and will use the ability for free. The Unholy Destroyer, exclusive to War of the Lions, is unlocked with a Mastered Knight and Black Mage, a level 8 Dragoon, Geomancer, Ninja, and Samurai. In addition, you will need to crystallize 20 enemies. While Dark Knights can equip the 2-handed Fell Swords, which are only acquired in multiplayer modes and scale in damage to lower your faith, Night Swords are better picks for your main hand weapon, so you can also equip shields. Sanguine Sword and Crushing Blow are excellent first abilities to pick up. Abyssal Blade and Unholy Sacrifice will do 20% and 30% of your max HP and damage to the Dark Knight when cast, but are otherwise very powerful area of effect attack. Onion Knights are also exclusive to War of the Lions and unlock with a level 6 Chemist and Squire. Able to don any gear no matter the gender, the Onion Knight pays for this privilege by not being able to equip any abilities whatsoever and can only attack in battle. Onion Knights have 2 stat lines, The second being much stronger for class and growth stats, and is unlocked only when you've mastered every job besides Squire and Chemist. Onion Knights do not gain experience and cannot be easily leveled up to take advantage of their top-of-the-line growth stats. They do, however, have exclusive Onion gear found only in multiplayer modes that is literally the best in the game and is worth seeking out for your Onion Knights. This concludes the Job Focus Compendium, featuring all 22 jobs found in War of the Lions. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and thank you for watching. If you made it this far, be sure to throw out a like and subscribe if you're not already. I would really appreciate the effort and it helps the channel out immensely. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments or your best builds for your favorite jobs. Also, feel free to share this video with a friend that you want to get into Tactics multiplayer with, as this game is best experienced with others. This is Mikey from Tactics Live Tournament, signing off. I will see you in the next video. And until then, be well, everyone.